And now for an all-new episode of NFL Hot Takes.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm a list, and I'm the analyst here for the NFL. Here to do the hot takes for the best and worst quarterbacks this season according to the first week of actual season play. Let's get into it with the top 5 best QBs. Take a look. All right, to start off the best list, coming in at number 5, we have Tom Brady. Now, we have to put Tom lower on this list because, well, he is kind of old, and repeats don't happen too often when it comes to Super Bowls, unless you're Tom Brady. But he did throw 2 interceptions, so that's not looking too great for him. So we're just going to pull him back a bit, although ranking him so low might just, force him to win another Super Bowl. But I'm going to take my chances on this one. All right, coming in at number 4 on the best QB list, we have Trevor Lawrence. Because what's an NFL top 10 list if you're not looking at those rookie quarterbacks, am I right, guys? Now, although people are saying that he didn't look too great or he may already be a first-round bust, I'm going to say the opposite. Sure, he threw 3 interceptions, but he also threw 3 touchdowns. The Jags didn't run the ball, at all during that game. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But I think the number 1 pick was the number 1 pick for a reason, guys. All right, guys, coming in at number 3 on the best QBs of this season is, from the Vikings, you guessed it, Justin Jefferson. Now, you may look at the game film the other day from Justin Jefferson's one pass and say, "And he's a wide receiver. Why is he on this list?" With being extremely careful like that, I can't really see him throwing many picks, so I think he's a really safe bet for the top 5 QBs this season. All right, guys, and for a spicy numero dos, we have John Elway. That's right, John Elway may not be playing in the NFL anymore, but he is working for a team in the NFL, and he's the one that made the decision, maybe, or had some kind of influence in the decision, to start Teddy Bridgewater over Drew Lock. And look at that, they got a win in September. So I'm just saying, even though he's not on the field, it doesn't mean he's not an asset. And now, for the number 1 best quarterback of this season, I have famous Jameis. That's right, guys. Jameis Winston really looks like the LASIK has improved a lot. He only threw about 1 interception that was called back due to some bullshit. He didn't throw any interceptions, but he did throw 5 touchdowns. Now, if Jameis keeps up this pace, he's looking at throwing 60 touchdowns by the end of the regular season, and maybe about 2,300 yards. Those are some incredible stats, guys. Now, let's take you on to the top 5 worst QBs this season. Take a look, guys. 5th worst QB this season, I have on my list Dak Prescott. Now, you may be saying, "And he played really well. Why would you have Dak on here?" Because did you see the disappointment in his eyes when Greg Zuerlein missed multiple kicks that would have literally won them the game? Kind of sad. That's gonna, even if he doesn't get an actual injury, it's gonna injure here, guys. It's gonna injure here. I don't know how long he can put up with that bullshit, and especially his shit defense. All right, on number 4. And now, coming in at number 4 is Andy Dalton. The Red Rifle did just okay in his first game as a new starting quarterback with the Chicago Bears. However, that man could literally cure cancer, win Chicago a Super Bowl, and bring the violent crime rate down to 0, and the fans would still want him dead and for Fields to start over him. There's no winning when you're Andy Dalton right now.
The pylon for the touchback. So as you thought, Andy Dalton will continue to be out there. Again, the Bears fans are a little restless, but this is Andy Dalton's football team.
All right, now coming in number 3 on the worst QBs list, Matthew Stafford. Now, this may come as a shock. I know Matthew Stafford played an absolutely solid game and looks like the ghost of Detroit is finally gone from inside of his soul. But, can you really dig out the lion's claws? When is it that he finally regresses back to his Detroit form and gets injured? All right, guys, coming in at number 2 is a tie. I have Mitch Kissin' Titties Trubisky and Nathan Peterman. Once again, you may be thinking to yourself, and these guys aren't starting, so I don't really know why you're putting them on the list. Well, there's one simple reason I'm putting them on the list. Have you seen him play? Even from the bench, it's like bad juju. And I don't mean juju from last season. I just mean karma, voodoo, something. It's not good, and these guys are somehow going to negatively impact their team. We already saw it in the very first game with, is Peterman on a team? Okay, well, Kissin' Titties is on the Bills, and look what happened to them. I'm just saying. Now, coming in at number 1 for the worst QB this NFL season, 2021, is Aaron Rodgers. That's right, guys. This is a guy who was the MVP last season, but he had such a horrific game, I can easily say he's going to be the worst performing quarterback this entire season. Did you know if Aaron Rodgers threw every single pass into the dirt, he would actually have had a higher quarterback rating than how he played that game? Absolutely trash. All right, guys, tune in next week for another hot take when we take you to look at the best and the worst NFL wide receivers. Stay tuned.